22. Let's talk a little TV. Here is Gail Pennington. Good morning, Gail Pennington, TV critic with the St. Louis Post-Dispatch, STLtoday.com. Good morning, Gail.
Good morning.
If you're not watching Cosmos, you're crazy.
Is anyone watching Cosmos?
I am riveted by it. It's so interesting.
I'm not watching it. I want to.
It is great.
I want to.
No one's
Are you
watching
waiting,
it?
Kelly, are you waiting for the Blu-ray to come out?
I don't know what I'm waiting for.
We really had no excuse last night. There really wasn't much else on.
It was so interesting last night. They were talking about how they invented the speed of light and the light through a prism, and these people with these discoveries. Talk about geniuses throughout the years.
Excuse me, who invented the speed of light exactly?
Well, I fell asleep during that part. They discovered the speed of light.
There you go.
Yes. They discovered that light through a prism, then created Roy G. Biv, the color spectrum. And how they invented or how they discovered infrared light, in the 1600s. I mean, that's how did you discover infrared in the 1600s? It's really good. You should watch it. With that being said, let us move on.
Kelly and I'll have a film festival sometime and watch it.
Right.
All right.
Yes.
Fair enough. Mad Men starts on Sunday?
Oh, thank heavens. Mad Men comes back on Sunday.
Yes. And you've seen it.
I have seen the first episode.
And
It's great.
Okay.
And I can tell you very little because I'm sworn to secrecy. I will tell you that Don Draper does not appear for the first 8.5 minutes.
All right.
But don't panic.
Okay. He's coming back strong.
Yeah.
Can you what else can you tell us?
There are going to be 7 episodes, and then it's going to go away, and then it'll come back next year at this time for the final 7 episodes.
Have they filmed all 14 episodes?
No, they were just about to start when I did a conference call with Matthew Weiner, the creator, a week ago, and they were just about to start filming the final 7. And he said at the time that he had not finished writing them.
So weird.
Why are they only doing the 7-episode thing? Because it really makes you want more after the 7th episode.
It worked with Breaking Bad, that they split the final season into 2 really short seasons. And AMC doesn't want to lose Mad Men any sooner than it has to. It's trying to come up with a new hit.
Yeah, that's a good point. So that's it. That's all. Can you tell us what year it's set in?
It's very soon after the last season ended.
Okay, so the last season ended with Don Draper basically getting fired, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he got fired, and then the last scene was he took his kids back to the house that he grew up in, which was a rundown shackle. But when he was living there, it was a bordello, if you will. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it was a pretty.
He did 2 things. He told the clients. He told a story about his actual youth to some clients,
right.
And they freaked out, and that's why he got suspended. And then he told his kids the truth about how he grew up.
Yeah, and his wife had left him, and she was off to California.
Yes, and that seemed like some sort of breakthrough for Don. And the hope of this season is that maybe he'll change. Do you think Don Draper has the potential to change?
I don't know, but if the last scene, or he was leaving the agency, and his replacement, he met his replacement at the elevator, and they step aside and they say to him, "Going down,"
Yeah, right.
which I thought was a very ominous telling of the future of Don Draper.
Well, I've also always thought it was ominous that the opening credits, remember, with the silhouette of the man falling
Right.
and falling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
He's going to finish strong, though. I know he will.
All right, good. So Mad Men starts on Sunday at AMC. What else should we be paying attention to this week?
This is a very light week in TV. I'm sorry to tell you all. I actually had to highlight a couple of things on PBS, and that's hard for me. They do have a cool special coming up Tuesday night on the Dave Clark 5. Anybody remember the Dave Clark 5?
I do not remember the Dave Clark 5.
You know some of their music. They were really huge at the time of the British invasion, along with the Beatles. They had some hits that were bigger than the Beatles. One of them was Glad All Over, and that's the title of this PBS special, which goes back and it digs up a lot of performance footage of this band that's kept a really low profile.
And they're still together? Are there?
Since the the Dave Clark Five was really pretty much just Dave Clark and some other people. Right?
It's kind of a cool name, the Dave Clark Five.
It is. Yeah. Dave Clark is still alive, though, as far as I know.
Yeah. All right. Good. And then nothing else. Nothing else on television.
No, but I have something great to talk to you about next week.
Which is?
And I'll just give you a little sneak peek. It's the FX version of Fargo.
Oh.
Have you seen the movie Fargo?
Yes.
Oh, a million times.
Right.
I love the movie so much. It's one of my favorite movies. And I was so panicky when I heard they were turning it into a TV series. I thought, that is just going to be a disaster.
Yes.
It's not. It's wonderful.
All right. So
yeah.
inquiring minds want to know.
Stars
That's
Billy Bob Thornton.
That's next week. Billy Bob Thornton, who loves the Big 550 KTRS.
Well, maybe you should try to get him on before the show premieres.
All right. So it's Fargo on FX.
FX. And it premieres a week from tomorrow.
All right. All right. Gail Pennington, when can we read you? When can we see you?
I'll write some more about Fargo in the Go section on Friday, and then Mad Men on Sunday in A&E.
Did we like the Game of Thrones last night?
Yes, very, very much.
Okay.
When are you going to start watching that?
I can't get into because we don't know if it's a real place, and we don't know if it's a real time.
Maybe when Cosmos, we don't know about Cosmos either. They could have just made all that stuff up.
No, it's not Cosmos. That's a great show. All right. Be good, Gail. I'll talk to you next week.
Bye, Rod.
8:30, Big 550 KTRS.
Legendary.